It's interesting too that it's never really a question about the body, because oftentimes when people study really deep non-dual traditions, including in Course in Miracles, there can be an egoic reaction to some of the ideas as they're presented. Remember, in the Course, there's a line that says, where Jesus says that in no single instant does the body exist at all. It is always remembered or anticipated. So it starts to show from that sentence, like, wow, what a sneaky puff of nothingness this is, to have invented something that doesn't even exist, but appears to be remembered from the past, and appears to be anticipated, projected in the future. And if you think about it, every single regret that you've ever had is always related with the past. Something the body didn't do that it should have done, or something the body did do that it shouldn't have done. Or the future. All worries. No one's ever had a worry that wasn't connected to the future of the body. So really this is the gateway to the kingdom of heaven. This is the gateway to nirvana. At no single instant does the body exist at all. It's always remembered or anticipated. So really, the issue is never the body, but the issue is time. Time, linear time, the belief in linear time is the great deceiver. It's just a veil. You know how in the Bible it says there's a veil that was drawn over the Christ, a veil drawn over the light. Linear time is what the veil is all about. And we have Movie Watcher's Guide to Enlightenment, the movie Dark City. Eventually you get from the surface where there's all these projections and buildings and bodies and everything, and you get down underneath the unconscious, and that's where these little creatures, these dark creatures with their mouths moving, and they're like little attack thoughts, and they're all worshipping something, and it's a big mask, and there's a big mask, and at one point the dong goes, the bell rings, and the mask opens up, and there's a clock underneath the mask. It's a great movie. It's like A Course in Miracles put into a movie. It's spectacular. You go, whoa, that's what the mask of the whole cosmos, of all of linear time and space is hiding. That's what the quantum physicists are onto right now. That's what the great mystics and sages, the avatars have been onto, Jesus, Buddha. Everyone who's penetrated down underneath that mask comes down to the holy instant. That everything is perfect right now and always has been perfect, and there never was a problem. That's where the release comes in. And so we've used a tool called A Course in Miracles, where in the early lessons Jesus says we need to introduce new time ideas. Like he's going right at it at the beginning of his workbook, because he knows that that's the core problem. And the problem isn't the body is neutral. You know, this Holy Spirit sees the body as neutral as a flower, as neutral as a cloud, as a planet, as a black hole. It's just completely neutral. But the ego is highly charged. It's judged the body so heavily. And that's where all the shame and guilt comes in. It's the shame and guilt of the ego, trying to make up the body an agent of error or sin, or call it whatever you want. So it's good. We can go into these topics very deeply, but underneath, that's why present contentment is the greatest gift that you could ever experience.